Hey everybody, it's Erin Reed and I am back from my conference. It is my second day home and I'm still blurry-eyed and kind of ugh. But it was an amazing show. If you missed any of the videos, there is still more content coming that I videoed and are bringing home to edit and to upload. So there's still more videos yet to come. But I also did a whole bunch of live events and I'm really sorry about some of the live video. It was a little shaky and I'm videoing them the same way I do for the ones I bring home and edit, but maybe something about the fact that it's live, it gets a little shakier. So again, I'm kind of sorry about that. I'm going to see if I can remedy that for next year. But in the meantime, I want to show you some fun stuff. Now, I got invited, or actually I applied, to go to this very special event specifically for designers, anybody who does what I do. I get product and I play with it. I create, I craft, I have, the YouTube channel and I have my blog and I have my Instagram. Basically, I am crafty and I share it with all of you, and that's what they were looking for. There was a certain set of companies that were sponsored or came to this event, and the event was sponsored by Fave Crafts. Fave Crafts is an online magazine, basically, or an online site where you can go and check out a ton of different crafts. And they actually named me as top 25 blogger of 2017, or one of the top 25. I'm not the top, but I'm in the top 25, which is pretty darn cool. And so the people that came to this particular event that were sponsoring, meaning they wanted to connect with us designers, and let me list them all. Premier Yarns, Red Heart Yarn, Sakura of America, and you guys may not know Sakura, but you know Jelly Roll. They're the ones that do Jelly Roll. ShareASale, they're the ones that I do affiliate links with. Spin Right Yarns, Testors of Rust-Oleum, which is paint. Yukita of America, I probably didn't say that right, but you guys have seen their stuff before. It's that heat gun I always use. That's Marvi Yukita, so Marvi is the same one. Acco brands, which you may not know Acco, but you definitely know Siren, because I use them all the time. They were there. Deflecto, they were there. Fave Crafts, which is owned by Prime Publishing. Leisure Arts, Lovecraft Collective, Plaid, and Polyform. Now, I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you all the fun stuff that is in here, because the whole idea, and I've got some pictures at the end to kind of show you of what the event was like. There's pictures that people took of me, and I'm trying to get them, so hopefully I can get them in time before this video goes live. I completely forgot to take pictures. Dummy me. I should have even done a video, but I didn't. Go figure. But basically, there was a whole bunch of stations going around, and then they had food for us, and you could have a drink, which was very nice. And it was all about networking. But I'm going to take you through all of my items and kind of purge down, because this is getting a little bit cramped on here. So let me just take you one step at a time and get rid of the big things first. All right, so this is the big one first. We got this bag. So when we got there, I first got this little handout, which is right here, and that paper that I listed. And I had to go to the booth on the show floor for Creativation 2018. Prime Publishing had this little thing, and I walked up, and it says, "Congratulations, this is what you need. You've been selected." So I actually had to apply, and I had to have a decent following. So thank you, all of you who watch me. And I was able to get my badge to get in, which I stuck to my other badge. I got drink tickets, and then they gave me this bag, this beautiful messenger bag. Again, sorry if my voice is still recovering from this week. I didn't stop talking. Anyway, so got this beautiful messenger bag. Let me just take a look at this thing. This thing is so cool. And this one is by Leeds. These were all the companies that were there working and sponsoring the event. So that's pretty fun. And Polyform, that's Sculpey. So this was the first thing I got, was this bag, which came in very handy for collecting all of these things. So yay! And the cool thing about this is that the purpose behind this is to get product in our hands as designers, and then we can show you how to work it and come up with ideas what to do with it, because maybe it's a new product, or maybe it's a product that's been out in the market and you've forgotten about it. I mean, it's just, or a new way to use a product you already know about. I mean, there's all kinds of things. So 3-inch sticker maker from Siren. Can't get any easier than that. They were actually making these little fun hearts, and they were showing, don't think we were actually using the 3. They were using the Creative Station, but they had these little fun hearts. It was making a card. You could color it using the Derwent pencils. Derwent is another company that is owned by the parent company called Acco, and it's a beautiful creamy pigment, round barrel, freedom of movement for your drawing techniques. I mean, it's a pencil. I can't get any simpler than that. It's very cool. So they were giving us little pencils, and on here it showed all the colors that they had for these particular pencils. And then inside, nope, it's just a really thick piece of paper. So they were taking a pencil. I'm going to pull this apart real fast. So I gotta get all the sticky off. And then they were coloring in the hearts, and then they had a card, and you could walk off with a card. It was so packed at that station, and I already know Siren very well. I've worked with them for a couple years now, and I just said, hey, can I take a heart and take it home? And they said, shh, yeah, no problem. Sure was that the sure was what I was going for. So that is what ACO and Derwent and Siren, and I got the beautiful Anna Griffin one, which is gorgeous. All right, another company that was there, this was from Leisure Arts. Leisure Arts gave us a few things. There was actually a whole set of stuff. I just love the what the flock. I'll get to that in a minute. So Leisure Arts gave us some pencils. These are some watercolor pencils. Very, very cool. So got Leisure Arts written on the back. You walked up, you talked, you said, hey, what was going on, and then they handed you a bunch of things. And my kids went bonkers. My middle son, he's my colorer, he's my artist. You haven't seen him on video yet too much. He went crazy over these, and I said, well, these are water brush. They're water soluble, meaning that you could color something in, and then you could come in with a water brush, and it would blend and look really pretty. And that's not really his style yet, but he might get into that. But then I also got these pencils, again from Leisure Arts, that are standard premium color pencils. And I thought he would really love those. So I might end up giving these to him when he comes up and treats it nicely. Like they're going to stay in the nice box and stuff. So they give us two beautiful sets of pencils, watercolor and just coloring. They also gave us some thank you notes, some thank you coloring notes. Two of them. Look at that. So this is a thank you and this is a birthday. They're so pretty. Let me open it up for you to see. I mean, look how gorgeous. Look at that. Isn't that fun? And it's on a watercolor. It's not super thick. There's two of each design. And I think it says 3 designs. These are 6 A2 size cards. This is a thank you. Very pretty. And it does have the envelopes in here too. And then it also has, oh, look at that one. Isn't that pretty? That's gorgeous. Love that. And it's just a simple card that you can come in and color. So I could come in and I could color or watercolor it or do whatever I like. So there was that one. And then there's a set of birthday cards. And they're on the back. It's birthday. So instead of it saying thank you, there was one that said thank you in here. Yeah. Instead of it saying thank you, it's the same design that says birthday. But then there's this flower one. I'm going to open that up. So yeah, see, here's the birthday. It looks really similar in design to, get it out. See, concept is very similar. Still very cool. But it says birthday. Then it's just the really pretty flowers. And then we also have, look at that. Isn't that pretty? I love that. So those came from Leisure Arts. And then they also gave me this book right here. And it's all about paper flowers. 10 do-it-yourself blossoms to brighten your world. So inside here, it has a whole bunch of patterns of how to make flowers that you can cut out, giant daisies. It's basically a flower kit in a book. And you can use whatever stuff you want. Shows you how to cut it. I mean, pretty cool stuff. Those are pretty. I like those. Tells you what to buy, all that kind of stuff. You can also use your Cricut. Tells you how to cut it out in the Cricut. But look, see, you're doing this with it. So, so pretty. I love it. Giant flowers, Delilahs. So this is something fun that, again, I guess it would normally be for sale. Oh, yeah, normally would be for sale, but they gave us the book for free. And it's by Jennifer Maker. Have fun. All right, so that stuff came from Leisure Arts. So cool. Might have to be using those cards on one of my card swaps coming up because they're pretty awesome. So 3 companies were there, were all about yarn. And I don't do a ton with yarn. Those people were really focusing on knitters, crocheters, and I know how to knit a square. I've never actually crocheted in my life. I'm sure I could learn. I just am busy. So one company that was there is called Willow and Lark, and the tag broke off of this one. They gave us a beautiful bag, of which I have no idea where that bag is now. It was a gorgeous bag. It's gone poof. It's probably somewhere buried. I sent some stuff home with my company that I work with Rania, and because I didn't have enough room in my suitcase. And so they shipped some things back with them in the booth, and I bet that bag is in there. Almost guarantee it is. So I got some beautiful yarn. This stuff I was actually able to bring back on my, and then they also had, this is so cute. They had this, and this was inside the bag. It says, "What the flock." I just thought that was the best thing ever. What the flock? And so we also have little stickers that say, "What the flock?" And then there's another one that says, "I'm hooked." And then knitting gonna knit. And then the last one was Willow and Lark, which is the company and the brand that has that. And it was actually by a company that they don't necessarily promote a certain brand. They were all about just promoting crocheting and knitting in general, and Willow and Lark was the ones that actually donated the yarn for them to come. So I thought that was pretty cool. So that's what this was about, the Willow and Lark, and it talks about the different types of yarn and stuff. And again, I'm not a crocheter or a knitter, but man, this stuff is soft. It even says so soft. A mix of cashmere and extra fine merino and viscose. No idea what it says, but again, I'm not a yarny person, but I do use threads and stuff. Like I do, you know, obviously on some of my projects, you'll see me breaking out twine. Well, why not break out the yarn? Stuff is so cool. Or pom-poms. This stuff would rock for pom-poms, and it's soft. I don't know, maybe I'll have to figure out how to do some stuff with yarn. So there, that came from them. Another company that was there was also doing yarn, is this company called Red Heart, and this is Let's Yarn, and this is one of their cheek sheep yarns that we got. Maybe there's 4 yarn companies. Anyway, so here's another one, cheek sheep, Marley Bird, cute. So we've got a little sample, not for anybody. This is 100% wool. It's really soft too. It's the softest wool and the coolest sheep. Because obviously, where does wool come from? Comes from sheep. So softest wool from the coolest sheep. And it's telling you how to actually crochet this little thing. So heck if I know how to do that. I gotta watch a few YouTube videos to learn how to do that one. But they also gave us this bag, and then we also got a little yarn. And I told them, I was like, look, I'm not a crocheter, I'm not a knitter. They're like, it's okay. Take the stuff. This is what we're here for. Pass it along. Maybe you will come up with something else that you can do with it and find other uses for the yarn. So that's on my to-do list, to find uses for this amazing yarn. We'll see what happens. All right, and we'll get to the next yarn. So there was another company that was there. They're called Paytons. And this is, they gave us 2 to pick from, and they said, you know what, seriously, take one of each. So this is an alpaca blend yarn, and the thing popped off in my bag. I had it actually in the front of my suitcase, and the whole thing popped off. But look at this pretty purple. I mean, purple is definitely the new color of the year, but look how gorgeous it is. It's got these other color tones in there, and then I got a gray, and they're actually really pretty together. I mean, I wish I knew how to sew at this, not sew, sorry, crochet or knit better than a square or crochet, because this would make beautiful stuff. I mean, look how gorgeous this is. My grandmother knew how to do it, but I didn't. My aunt, great aunt on my husband's side, so his aunt, so I guess my aunt-in-law, whatever, she taught me how to stitch, not stitch, I can't talk today. She taught me how to knit squares, which would be tea towels. That's all I've ever learned how to do. But this would make cute tea towels, but it's the wrong kind of material for that. Pretty, but the wrong material. This is more like for sweaters and stuff. Gorgeous. I mean, it's so soft. I can't stop touching it. It's so soft. Another company was there, and I haven't even opened this up, Premier Yarns, and they gave us this whole thing. So I haven't even opened this up. And this reminds me of baker's twine, which I use on projects all the time. So this reminds me of stuff that I would actually, this doesn't remind me of yarn. It reminds me of baker's twine, and it's really cute, isn't it? It's very nice. So this is the yarn tasting, Rodeo CHA Blogger yarn tasting, and it's actually to make a prairie shawl, which I think is pretty cool. But this just reminds me of a really big batch of baker's twine, so I need to come up with something fun. There's so many cool things. And then it came inside this jar, and then they wrapped it up with this. So how fun is that? Now I have another, I don't know which way that goes. It doesn't matter. Cute little cup. I mean, that was kind of a smart idea to be like, here, and then that's your little idea. Thank you so much. Another company that was there was Plaid. Plaid has the folk art. So if you've ever gone into the store and you went and bought paint, like at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and the little paint things, this is one of the companies. And the new one is called Color Shift. And I have a video specifically on what Color Shift is all about. It is coming. I went to Plaid, and they also have this really cool one that's got glitter in it. That stuff is awesome. And I have more of these paints being shipped home to me, which is pretty darn cool. So look how pretty. I mean, you can just see the shininess in here. I mean, look on the top. It actually shifts with color. It's pretty awesome. And so they gave me 3 colors, which, woohoo, love that. I mean, I can always use paint. Okay, so ShareASale was there again as well, and they were handing out a pen. And, oh, I never even noticed on the back side, there is a highlighter. Pretty darn cool. I can always use pens, and so I'm going to stick it right here. In my little, I have a little crafty jar that's up here. That's my storage area. And then it was one of those things that you can put on the back of your phone
to give you a stand and stuff, and I don't have one, so I thought that was kind of cool. I've seen people using them lately, and I have not had one to use, but it's one that you stick, I think you suction it to the back of your phone, and then you can, or I think you stick it, I'm not sure. Pop me twice or over and over when you're bored. Clip me, hold me, move me, slowly pull my base, customize me. Very cool. Pop-ups, photo grip, media stand, texting grip, video chat. So there we go. I just got to figure out how to stick it on my phone, and I'm good to go. Very cool. It's kind of cute. It's a little star. Because ShareASale, that's their logo, is the star. So love it. Another fun company that was there is Marby Yukuda. Now, I know Marby because of my heat gun. I'm going to pop this thing open. Haha. But you probably are going to recognize a couple of the pens that are in here. So they gave us a little pen sampler, which I think is pretty awesome. Marby Yukuda has been around for a long time. I have some of their old punches. I have their heat gun. They've got a lot of cool things out there. But they also have, this is an opaque paint marker that we were given. I also got given a Le Plume. If you've ever heard of Le Plume, they've been around for a while. That's Marby Yukuda. Le Pen, if you've ever heard of Le Pen, they've been around for a while too. Again, Marby Yukuda. Here is the Bistro chalk marker. As I just drop it on the table. Again, Marby Yukuda. So it's just a nice chalk marker. Here is another, just a blue pen. It's called Le Pen again. So it's just a nice fine tip pen. So they gave us a wide variety of pens. And this one is the Le Plume 2. So it's used for, this is number 2 red. So they just gave us nice red. This is for like calligraphy and stuff. And then this one's got a nice fine tip point. So you probably have seen these pens before. They're all over in the big box stores, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann, stuff like that. You just didn't realize that they are also part of bigger company, Marby Yukuda, which has a lot of stuff. Or I didn't always realize that they were there, but they are. And they're good quality products. I've always loved them. So I got those cool pens in kind of a cool case too. I mean, look at that. That's awesome. Pretty fun. All right. I haven't even opened up these 2 packages yet, so I'm not 100% sure. This is from Sakura, which is another pen company. I got a cute little pen. It says Jelly Roll. I have been using Jelly Rolls for ages. I love them. I love them. I love them. They're so cute. So they're so fun. So now I've got a little Jelly Roll pen. Don't you love it? And then they just launched the Jelly Roll Bright inks. Brightway inks. Can't talk. But it's not like you can remember. Before, they've always had the .08 or the 08. Basically, that means how big of an ink. And we are going to, they even gave me black paper to show you. I was demoing this in their booth, and it really is cool. So the original pen that we all know and love, or at least, I mean, I probably have a couple stashed right in here. This is the 8. It's the size of what we are used to, right? But they have launched 2 new sizes. One of them is the 10, so it's bigger. You're going to get a bigger. See how much bigger that is? So if you want a little bit of a thicker line, this is where you're going. And it looks really cool on craft paper, navy, black, obviously. And then we're jumping down to a 5, so we're going even smaller. And so it's a really even smaller tip. I'm going to hold this up nice and big so you guys can see it. So this is the 8, this is the 10, and this is the 5. So you really can see the difference on how thick it is, and it really all depends on what you're doing. Now, some people are super into doodling and stuff. That's not me. I'm not going to get in and do all the big stuff. There's a fine, a medium, and a bold. But I like to, not doodling, sorry. They're really big into drawing, like doing all this stuff, and that's not me. I'm not a big drawer, but I will get into doing small doodling on my projects, and so that's what this was all about. And I guess they also, obviously, I mean, it's not just the one color. I mean, look at all the colors that Jelly Roll has. So they gave us a little booklet, and they gave us the sampling of pens, which is really fun. So they have other pens out there too, the Micron pens. If you ever played with the Micron pens, they have those. Those are theirs. They have lots of varieties of pens as well. And then we got this, which is a little sticker. So this is some of their Creapas, if you guys ever played with those. They have Permapaque, Jelly Roll, and Micron. I've played with the Micron and Jelly Rolls. I've not played with these two too much. And so this is their brands. It's very fun. So I got 3 new white pens, which is good because I always am running out of white pens. All right, the last one is Polyform. Now, you may not know Polyform, but I'm sure you probably know the name Sculpey. I mean, they've been around forever. And I love Sculpey because I kind of chomped my teeth on playing with Sculpey when I was little. I'll tell you the story. I told the lady when I was there, I'm going to open this up real fast and take a look at this. It's called a bead making kit, which is pretty darn fun. So when I was a little girl, and you guys have heard some stories of me doing some early crafting when I was a kid, and I did a lot of it. I'm going to have to cut this open. So when I was a little girl, we went on vacation. Actually, it was a job interview that my dad had, and we went to San Francisco. And the people that we stayed with, she was really into claying and doing stuff with clay. And I've done some other little crafts here and there and everywhere. But one of the things that she was doing was specifically with sculpting. She was making little figurines. And when we got home, we lived here in Texas at the time, I begged my mom and I said, I need to get some of that clay. And so she bought me just like 3 or 4 little packages like this. And I sat after school, and this is when I think I was about 11 years old. After school, I came home and I made a ton of creations. I have no idea what those little creations are, but this is the clay that you mold and then you bake. And you bake it in your oven. And I had so much fun. They looked horrible, I'm sure, but I had a blast playing with it and having fun with it and doing my thing and just playing. And that's exactly, I told her the story, and both ladies stopped talking and looked at me, and they had this big look in their eye like, oh, well, you know, it was so cute. But I really truly have been crafting my whole life. And as I start thinking about all the things I've done when I was little, I really started thinking about, wow, I really did craft done, and I did stuff on and off my whole life. Even though I went off and did all these other things and went and taught science, was a teacher for, you know, high school biology and stuff like that. I had been crafting my whole life. Okay. So a little side story there. So in here, in the bead making kit, includes everything you need to create fabulous beads, embellishments, and more with clay. So I have a reusable cushion perfect for baking beads to avoid distortion and shiny bottoms. Does it say in here what is what? Oh, this actually teaches you how to make certain beads. That's kind of cool. So if you've never made beads before, that's the Spanish side. I'm not going to be able to read that. But that's kind of fun. The top talks you how to make a basic bead, or how to do marble beads, or how to do texture beads, coil beads, tube beads. Oh, there's even more over here. Oh, nope, that's in French. There's a few different languages on here. That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome stuff. To finish your beads, sparkle with interest, you can roll them in like a powder. Ooh, awesome stuff. So I got this cool kit. A grit, wet, dry sander. That's what I'm guessing this is. This is the sanding paper. And one of them is a little bit grittier than the other. So this is a 400 and this is an 800. The 800 means that it's a little bit finer, which is good. A blade. Oh, here's the blade. Then we also have a circle cutter. That's kind of nice. A needle tool. Pretty awesome. A lentil bead tool. Storage pouch. Oh, I don't want to lose my storage pouch. That's part of the thing. And a bead making guide, which is what this is right here. So all of this came into my little kit. So 10 pieces. Essential beads for tools and creating beautiful clay beads. Awesome. Well, I do have another little hop coming up that's going to be coming pretty soon. Swap, not a hop. Where I'm going to be making little heart things. So maybe I can make it out of these and go with these 2 colors, because it's supposed to be for Valentine's Day. Not really sure how green is going to fit into that. But they also put this in here. It says create to win, and as easy as 1, 2, 3. And create a necklace using the supplies provided. Post with made with a Sculpty souffle. So apparently I'm supposed to make a necklace. Enter to win a $100 shopping spree at Sculpty. Very cool. How awesome is that? And I'm guessing this is a little tray. Oh, this might be the other thing that they were telling me that I couldn't quite figure out. This could be the lentil bead tool. And this might be the baking reusable cushion. This is the cushion to avoid distortion and shiny bottoms. This is what I actually put into the oven. I'll have to do a little research on this. So it's been a while since I've played with Sculpey. Like I said, I was 11. I'm not even close to 11 anymore. So it was an amazing event. We got a chance to meet with a ton of different companies, and I mean, heck, they even had a little contest for us about playing with this, which I think is awesome. We got some brands that I haven't played with before, like the yarns. Got some brands that I have played with before, like Siren, but I got to meet up with them again, which is pretty cool. Got some new paints. This is not a brand new paint, but I think it came out last year, but I've not been able to play with it myself, so they passed that along. So it was a networking event to get to know companies, and they got to know us, and lots of cards being passed back and forth, and it was just a really good way to try and get to know and other designers. So getting to know all the other designers and YouTubers and bloggers that are out there in my industry in all facets. Some of them are fine art, some of them are crafty arts, some of them are more yarn art. It was jewelry making, the whole kit and caboodle. So I think that's really fun. Lots of cool stuff. I absolutely love it. Thanks so much for stopping by. You know I'm going to be creating with some of these things coming up. I mean, I think I'm going to be doing my little charms for my necklace. Even though it says make a necklace, I might be using it for something else. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks so much for stopping by and checking out all the fun goodies. Picture was listed below. Follow me after this for some fun pictures at the event that night. So thank you. I will see you guys later, and please don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.